So dark psychology. Sounds pretty intense, right? Maybe even a little bit sinister. But here's the thing. These tricks, these techniques, they're being used all around us every single day. So understanding them isn't about you becoming a manipulator. No, it's about making sure you can't be manipulated. It's about self-defense.
Let me ask you something, and I want you to really think about it. That impulse buy you made last week, that time you suddenly changed your mind about something important, that one opinion you feel so strongly about now, were those choices really yours? I mean, 100% yours? Or was there maybe an invisible hand guiding you?
Well, that invisible hand is what we're talking about today. Psychological manipulation is this unseen force that shapes so much of what we do. And understanding it, that's your best defense. So in this explainer, we're going to pull back the curtain on 5 of the most powerful dark psychology tricks out there. And let me be clear, this isn't a how-to guide. This is a how-to-spot-it guide, so you can see these tricks coming and stop them in their tracks.
All right, here's what we've got on deck. We'll look at the power of the crowd, the weapon of affection, something called the justification trap, the art of humility, and finally, the misinformation gambit. And we'll wrap it all up by talking about your shield of awareness.
All right, let's jump right in with our first one. The power of the crowd, also known as social proof. And trust me, this one is everywhere. Why? Because it taps into a really deep, fundamental human instinct, our need to just, well, follow the herd.
You know how it is. When you're not sure what to do, what to buy, where to eat, even what to believe, what's the first thing you do? You look around. You see what everyone else is doing. It's like a mental shortcut, right? If a bunch of people are doing something, it must be the correct choice. And manipulators, oh, they know this. And they absolutely love to take advantage of that little shortcut in our brains.
Here's a classic example, so simple but so effective. Imagine you're in a phone store. The salesperson is telling you this one particular phone is the best. You're skeptical, but then he does something almost unnoticeable. He pulls that exact same phone out of his own pocket to check something. See what just happened? Suddenly, his recommendation doesn't feel like a sales pitch anymore. It feels real, it feels genuine. In one tiny move, he created powerful social proof. And, yeah, it usually works.
Okay, let's shift gears to our second technique. And this one gets a lot more personal, and honestly, it can be way more damaging. We're talking about love bombing, where the very thing we all want, affection, gets twisted into a weapon of control. So what is love bombing? Well, it's exactly what it sounds like. It's a full-on assault of affection, an overwhelming flood of compliments, attention, gifts, right at the start of any kind of relationship. The goal here is to get you hooked, to create this incredibly intense, almost addictive connection that makes you feel like you finally found the one person who truly gets you. And there's a predictable, cold, calculated process to it. First, they overwhelm you with all that affection. You start to depend on it. You crave that validation. And then step 3 happens. They pull it all away. Just silence. The affection stops. And that creates a panic. You start thinking, what did I do wrong? You become desperate to get that love back. And that's when they've got you. You'll do almost anything they ask just to feel that good again. And just like that, they're in control.
All right, our third technique. This one is so brilliantly simple, it's almost funny, until you realize how often it's used on you. It's called reason persuasion, and it works by exploiting a very basic quirk in how our brains are wired. We just want things to make sense. It all comes down to one magic word, because. Seriously, when our brains hear the word because, a little switch flips. We automatically assume that a valid reason is about to follow. And here's the crazy part. The reason doesn't even have to be a good one. The presence of a reason is often all it takes to persuade us. Just look at this comparison. On the one hand, someone asks, "Can I have some money?" It's easy to say no, right? But now look at the other side. "Can I have some money because I've been hungry since yesterday?" See the difference? That single word, because, followed by a reason, any reason, it just completely changes the request. It makes it feel legitimate, logical, and a whole lot harder to turn down. Okay, number 4. This one is fascinating because it's completely counterintuitive. It's called self-abasement. And with this tactic, the manipulator doesn't try to build themselves up. They do the opposite. They tear themselves down, all to gain the upper hand. Think of it as a kind of reverse psychology. It often happens during an argument when they know they're losing. Just when you're about to make your point, they'll suddenly just crumble. They start humbling themselves. And what does this do? It completely disarms you. Your anger just evaporates, and suddenly you feel pity or even guilt. You find yourself wanting to comfort them. So you're in a big fight with your partner, and you're angry, you're making valid points, and then they hit you with this. I'm so bad. I can't handle relationships. No one can be as foolish as me. Now that sounds like they're taking responsibility, but are they? No. It's a tactic. Your brain immediately switches from I'm angry to, oh, I need to reassure them. You start saying, no, you're not that bad. And bingo, they've just flipped the entire conversation on its head and completely dodged any real accountability.
All right, our fifth and final trick. This one is maybe the most subtle of them all. This is some next level stuff. A strategy that master manipulators use to get information out of you that you never dream of giving up willingly.
It's called the misinformation gambit, or going slightly wrong, and it relies on a simple human truth. We can't stand it when someone says something incorrect. We have this deep, almost compulsive need to correct them. A skilled manipulator knows this and uses it like a key to unlock information. They'll say something with total confidence, but they'll make sure it's just a little bit wrong.
Here's how it works in the wild. Let's say your nosy neighbor's aunt wants to know how your son David did on his exams. If she asks you directly, you might get defensive. So instead, she says with a big smile, "Oh, I heard David topped the class again. Congratulations." She knows he didn't. And what's your immediate gut reaction? It's to correct her. "Oh, no, actually, he came in third, but he did really well in math." And there it is. She got the information she wanted, and probably more. All because she knew you couldn't resist correcting her little mistake.
So there you have it. 5 incredibly powerful techniques. And I'll say it again. The point of all this isn't for you to go out and use these tricks. Not at all. The goal is to build your defense, to give you a shield of awareness.
Because that's what it all comes down to. Awareness is your power. Just knowing that these tactics exist is the first and most important step. So from now on, when something feels a little off, I want you to pause. Ask yourself, what does this person really want from me? Manipulation needs you to react emotionally and quickly, so don't. Take a breath, give yourself time to think, and above all, trust your gut. Your intuition is an incredible detection system for when an interaction just isn't genuine. When you can recognize the pattern, you break the spell, you take back your control.
This knowledge changes how you see the world. As you move forward, you'll start noticing these dynamics in your daily life. The more you see the strings, the less likely you are to be a puppet.